Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Las Vegas Raiders in today's video. There were so many things I liked about in this game, specifically what we're starting off on the first play that we're going to show some clips of. That's rookie quarterback Cam Miller. Alright, now Cam Miller is fascinating because it looks like we got a quarterback 2 battle over in Vegas, 24 years old from North Dakota State. And you're going to see another intriguing player right here in Shedrick Jackson. This is a 41-yard touchdown bomb on his first drive. Now you see this pump fake. And like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of these film breakdowns as the season progresses. This DB gets beat so badly. I have not seen somebody get beat. He falls and stumbles to the ground, and now you can already see Cam, quarterback, he is ready to absolutely air this out, and it is just beautiful. A little bit, maybe the other angle would be a little bit, I feel like no matter what play from a quarterback, it's always, you get a comment saying overthrown, underthrown. This safety right here, like I said, maybe the other angle, terrible at drawing, but maybe the other angle would be a little bit better. They're playing in zone, or he's playing in zone, so can't just air it over the middle, otherwise he's going to ball hawk and prevent that, and Shedrick brings it in. So this is, once again, I know we're going to be running through a bunch, but I cannot get over this pump fake. Look at him, he's on the ground. So Tom Brady knows a thing or two about 6th round rookie quarterbacks, and looks like they got a really good one in Cam Miller. But we'll keep it moving. 41, but by the way, 6 of 7, 76 yards, 1 touchdown, and this 41-yard touchdown almost led the game-winning drive, but then the kick was blocked, and the game ended in a tie. All right, now truly, if you watched this game last night, or if you're just watching some of these highlights, that's Jamal Adams, right? Jamal Adams is playing linebacker, and if you don't know, he's only 29 years old still. He had 3 tackles. We're going to go through 2 of them in today's video. Bounces off 75, stays downhill, and takes this guy down. Jamal Adams, when you were watching this game, like I said, it's preseason. It was a very late game, especially if you don't live on the West Coast. Like, it ended at like 1:30 for me here in Florida. Jamal Adams, when he was on the field, it was clear this guy should be playing for, like, possibly starting linebacker for the Raiders this upcoming season. And I know it's just preseason, and this is Drew Lock, for example. None of these starters are in. He's going to bounce off 75 right there. But I'm telling you, sometimes, like, when you watch a first string guy, whether he's offense, defense, quarterback, defensive back, linebacker, offensive lineman, whatever it is, when you watch these guys go up against second stringers, they should be feasting. And that's exactly what Jamal Adams did. Now, I don't think anyone's actually disputing Jamal's talent. I think what the big concern is just health and safety. Or safety, but health and, yeah, just health. Just simply staying healthy. Him at linebacker right here, he's been a safety. He is as versatile as they come on the defensive side of the football. We'll show you one more clip of Jamal Adams at linebacker, but I'm telling you, this was one of the best players on the Raiders defense whenever he was out on the field. So Jamal finished with 3 total tackles, and this will be one of them that would show you. He's right here, number 33, playing linebacker, and it was such a cool, he just breaks that and snags him. Kind of want to check the all-22 and just see a different version. I mean, only 18 doesn't touch him. This is 18 right here for the Seattle Seahawks. But I'm telling you, you watch these, and then you got to make tackles, right? You got to finish your tackles, and I can't tell if that's Helani or who that is for the Seahawks running back, but he gets his arm down there, and he takes him down with, I mean, it kind of looks like it's one-handed. But I'm telling you, man, I know I've said it like 33 times on this video. When you watch Jamal Adams play yesterday, he's back in Seattle. He's playing with Pete Carroll now. It truly was a showing. Like, that's all I'll say, or I'll end it on that. It truly was a spectacle how good he played last night. And before we get any further, guys, hit that like button, hit that sub button. It goes a very long way. If we could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the world to me. Let me know if you like this style of content, because I'm planning on pumping out this for the rest of preseason and maybe into the upcoming season. One thing for Las Vegas heading into this football game is, and you saw Jacorian Bennett get traded for Booker, and, we've even got a clip for The defensive back room, if you're not a Raiders fan, or I would say even a bunch of Raiders fans are still skeptical about this defensive back room, the length and size they have is insane. And that guy right there is Isaiah Palomau. And if you watched him play last season, this guy's just a gritty dude. He really is. And he makes probably the play of the Raiders defense, at least for the starters go. He just absolutely extends this. This is beautiful. This is quite literally a work of art. Drew Lock throwing this interception, but he reads this like a book. He's watching the quarterback's eyes the entire way, and this is just easy for him. And he makes a super athletic, agile catch, and that's one thing. We saw some Darian Porter last night. He's insane. His features, as far as his length and his size, are crazy. DeCameron Richardson, Eric Stokes, Jeremy Chin. Some people have these concerns with the defensive back room for Las Vegas, and to be quite honest with you, I don't really see it. Maybe it's because of Pete Carroll, or maybe it's because of plays like this, but this dude's a stud, and I think the Raiders secondary is just littered and loaded with guys like this, and Pete Carroll's going to get them playing right. Alright, we cannot make this video without talking about one of the most fascinating wide receivers in the entire NFL draft. His name, of course, is Dante Thornton Jr. Now, this is his one and only catch, right? This is for 17 yards, and here's the thing. Aiden O'Connell threw him a ball. I don't really want to show it because it's a low light, but Aiden O'Connell throws him a football earlier on in the football game, and it is quite literally, oh my goodness, sorry guys, it's quite literally 10 yards underthrown. And I'm not being dramatic here. It's quite literally 10 yards underthrown. And I saw a lot of people saying oh man, you got to track that ball better. You got to, protect your quarterback. It was 10 yards underthrown. If Aiden O'Connell didn't underthrow him, aka if Geno Smith had thrown that football, it's a walk-in touchdown for Geno Smith and Dante Thornton, all right? But I did think this one catch that we saw on his 3 targets was beautiful. I think this guy's super athletic. He's super physical. He's super quick. He averaged literally 25 yards per catch last season at Tennessee. So with a quarterback like Geno Smith, I think that this kid has unbelievable potential. And I know it's easy to just kind of say that, but truly, I'm not going to show you that Aiden O'Connell interception, but this was just a phenomenal grab, a phenomenal snag, and that rhymed. And yeah, we'll show you Booker. All right, now we already mentioned this a few clips ago. The Jacorian Bennett trade, a lot of people were upset with, and it's just an unfortunate situation because of Christian Wilkins and, people still kind of waiting on Wilson to get moving. But Thomas Booker comes on in from Philadelphia in that Jacorian Bennett trade, and he is this guy right here. All right, he's going to make this tackle. I don't believe it's a tackle for loss, but he finished the game with 1 tackle. All right, he's only 25 years old. He's from Stanford, and this is a nice little tackle, but oh my gosh, we really got to work on that. My point just is, and keep an eye on him once again. So he's right here. All right, it's 3rd and 12. Jalen Milroe, mobile, very mobile quarterback, as we all saw last night. You don't really see containment too much in preseason, defensive edge guys. These guys aren't looking to contain the quarterback. They're looking to rush him, bull rush him, whatever they can do to hit him and start making a name for themselves. And I know Booker's a defensive tackle, but Snowden makes a nice little grab right there, 49, and then Booker's going to come in for the cleanup and just hit. I mean, he hits him hard, or he takes him down hard. And like I said, it's Jalen Milroe. You don't tackle that, maybe this linebacker ends up getting him or what have you, but Jalen Milroe certainly can run. My point is, this guy's 6'3", he's 301 pounds or over 300 pounds. His tape, if you've seen it, it looks really good. He kind of looks like one of these under-the-radar gems, and at the end of the day, just like the clip we just showed you, I feel good about the Raiders' defensive back room, especially because of Pete Carroll, and the defensive tackle room because everything that's gone on has been the big presser. So I know it's just one clip, but once again, if you watched this game last night, maybe we do a film study on every snap he played. He was very impressive. Everybody was very impressed by him. And all the kind of naysayers who were saying Jacorian Bennett, that was a bad trade. That was a bad trade. Everyone kind of took that back last night after watching him play. All right, we're back at it. Now, I got this from Sanjeev. or Las Vegas Raiders Network. This is Jackson Powers Johnson. And the big thing right now is, why is he not playing center? I don't know what Vegas's offensive line coaches or what they as a team are thinking, because they want to go with Meredith at center, which, I don't know. It's just weird. JPJ, and I'll show you this block, and I won't pretend like I'm an offensive line wizard, but this is a talent you don't really see too often. And it kind of looks like he's going against no, it's not Mike Morris. He's number 94. The power that JPJ has is truly special. And like I said, I won't sit here and try and tell you, well, here's why he should be center, and here's why they're deploying center. I can tell you, you already have heard it before. I wanted to show you this rep because this guy, it's like WWE. It just feels like JPJ is on his way to stardom in the offensive line world in the National Football League. And yeah, I just wanted to showcase this because we're rattling off through all these different players, and this needed to be shown. All right, guys, we'll end it here on this. This is just a nice little Dylan Lobby touchdown catch. Third quarter, Seattle, he gets this, extends it. He's such a quick dude. He's such an agile dude, and we really didn't see, or we saw his one attempt, running the football against, I believe it was the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he fumbles it immediately. And we saw some fumbles, we saw some ball security issues, and Dylan Lobby's just one of these guys where he's got talent, he's got all of this potential, and I know it put a smile on everybody's face watching him catch this for a touchdown. But he also did a decent job running the football. I just think Dylan Lobby's got an unbelievable amount of potential here, and I think truly a lot of people care, or a lot of people agree as well. I'm trying to show you some stats here. He did a 24-yarder. He finished only with this one catch for 6 yards. Important part, though, this was for a touchdown. He ended up running the football 5 times for 34 yards, which is almost 7 yards per carry, and he also had a 24-yarder. Now, this is all we got time for in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button for more. But yeah, give me some of your guys who you were impressed with yesterday. Give me some players you're looking for a little bit more. We're going to be watching this game and doing film and all this fun stuff for the Las Vegas Raiders the entire week. So stay tuned for more. Drop those comments down below, and we'll see you soon. Peace.